My top reason for coming to Greenwich would be that it was the closest and the most raved about university for me.
My top reason for coming to the University of Greenwich is diversity.
There's something for everybody, being a society or a sport.
The vast experience from the teaching staff. They have every sort of specialty going.
And I just felt that if I would go to the university that's one of the top for my course, I mean, I'll receive whatever I need there, help, resources, everything. So that's my reason, yeah.
It's a beautiful location to have your graduation ceremony, so you can have that picture on your parents' wall for the rest of your life and you can just feel really proud about it.
I love meeting people, and I get to meet people from everywhere and anywhere, and I get to learn their culture and understand their culture.
Well, all my friends come here now. It's an amazing place to be. I recommend it to so many people.
Hello, welcome to EN Global Education, another live session with us. I hope all the students you having a very good evening today. And today we having one of our prominent partner from we having Monet from Greenwich University. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, nice to have you today. Thanks for your time.
No, thanks for having me.
Thank you. This is one of, the Greenwich University is one of the top demanding university for all Bangladeshi students. As you can see, we have so many applications for this university already. So it's a really informative session, we believe, for those students. If you can share your idea, experience, and all kinds of upcoming information for next intake. Monet, could you please tell those students where this university located and a little bit more about this university ranking and area, please?
Yeah, sure. So the university is, our main campus is located in London, but we actually have 3 campuses. So we have 2 in London and 1 just on the outside of London. 3 really, really beautiful campuses. Our main one is the one that you'll see featured, all of the pictures and all of the videos, which everyone loves, and that holds our business and our Faculty of Liberal Arts and Sciences. So yeah, it's 3 beautiful campuses. London is in a great location, really well connected to trains, buses if you want to go sightseeing. It's also right opposite our Canary Wharf, which is our finance district. So obviously that's very attractive for our business students and kind of creating those partnerships and networking there. In terms of university life, I myself am a student of the University of Greenwich, and I'm still there. I've been there for a while, so from first-hand experience, it's one of the most supportive teaching experience I've ever had. My teachers are extremely professional. They're extremely knowledgeable. They always make time for me. And then in terms of the social aspect, the amount of societies that we have available and the amount of opportunities that we have for employment and things like that are amazing. And I would just say that Greenwich is one of those places that is kind of, if you go to Greenwich, you're proud of going to Greenwich for the rest of your life and you want to tell everyone. So yeah, I would say it's a great choice.
It is indeed. And when you said about the university location, and I think I need to add one more thing. Most of the students, they want to go to Greenwich because of its campus life, and it has a huge campus. So as you was a student, so could you please share your campus life experience, please?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll start with the Greenwich campus. It's a really beautiful campus, obviously in the heart of London, and then central London being 10 minutes away. But we have some great kind of facilities. We have gyms, we have cafeterias, student spaces, student bars or restaurants. We also have, what else do we have? Like all the computers, the library services, and being on campus is an amazing feeling just because you feel so inspired when you're walking to class or when you're walking with your friends. It feels like home. And then when you go to the other 2 campuses, they're not so close to the centre of London, but you get a real campus vibe. So that kind of vibe that you might see in a film or in an American film or English film where people go to university, that's the vibe that you those campuses. So it's very green. The people that live on those campuses, you can walk to your class within minutes, and you can also take the campus bus, the free bus, to either of the campuses if you want to visit friends, or if you want to just go into Greenwich, for instance, to have dinner. So yeah, the kind of vibe that's created on campus is really lovely, and it's like a family almost. So I would say, yeah, it's a great place to be.
Yeah, when you said about like those, movies name, there is like more popular movie in Asia movie. Those movies also, like there was so many scenes shot in Greenwich University.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Beer, one of the top Bollywood movie, which was like most of the part is like had over there. So it is one of the most popular particular university for the South Asian students as well,
Yeah.
and they really love to get some experience from this university. So, Moneta, I'm just wondering, could you please tell us about more depth about like particular course and the course demanding course for those students who are applying from Bangladesh? Because last two intake we seen like all the course was like finished within 1 month
Yeah.
or 2 months as soon as your portal was open and all the courses was finished. So could you
Yeah.
please share some of your experience?
Yeah, so yes, the last 2 or 3 intakes have been extremely busy for Greenwich. We've seen kind of numbers that we are so proud of, obviously, and we're so excited that everyone wants to come and study at Greenwich. Obviously, that does make it a lot more competitive for applicants to get their application in, pay their deposit, get their offer, etc. So yeah, it's what I would say is, especially for courses such as the business courses, our MBA and our MA are our 2 most popular courses out of everything. These courses close within weeks of being opened. So what I would say is, if those are courses that you're interested in, get your application in as soon as possible. As soon as you know that you want to study at Greenwich, please get your application in through EN Global, and they will help you through the process. And the sooner that you get that in, the sooner that you pay your deposit once you have your offer, obviously, the more likely that you are to, or the more likely that you are to have a place on the course. It's so upsetting for us to have to say no to students. We want all the students to come on those courses, but we also want to keep the quality of our courses and the quality of our teaching to a high standard, which we can only do when we keep a certain number of people on each course. So yeah, I would say for those MBA and MA courses, the engineering and science courses that come with industrial practice,
which is another more demanding courses. We're having like always students coming for those courses.
Yeah, exactly. So, which is great and it's fantastic, but we want you to get on the course. So please make sure that you come with your documents ready and everything ready to go, because the more ready you are, the more streamlined the process is for you and for us. And so, yeah, that's what I would urge the most.
Also, your LLM, which is also another top popular course for my country's students. Students going for LLM, MBA, international business, and all those engineering course, which is like really lucrative for our students. Eventually, they knows all the things because they had their friends studying there. They had like their relatives study there. They knows all those facilities. Eventually they knows the campus by themselves. They know the course modules, and particularly some students, they're coming with like they have like why they choose this university. When we asking this question, they knows particular all those sort of answers, like I choose this university because of their course modules, and they totally describe their course modules, because this is how they know about Greenwich University, which is another good site for those students who are going to Greenwich University. Apart from those, there was like so many students, they are going for undergraduate courses. Your undergraduate courses has really vast majority of courses having like work placement as well, industrial practice on business courses. So would you please share with some courses for business background or engineering for undergraduate students, please?
Yeah, so for business undergraduate specifically, we have a range of courses. Obviously, if you want to go more into the finance route or accounting route, we have those. If you're looking at more of like strategic marketing or you want that taste of marketing first, you can go into a marketing course which is run by business. But if you want an more all-rounded approach to business to understand all sides, then we're going to go with the international business route, which will give you a much more kind of varied look at business. But if you know what you want to do, I would say definitely go for those more vocational courses and those undergraduate courses, because one, they're probably a little bit less competitive than the international business, just because that is so popular, and two, you're going to get a much more direct approach of what you want to study. So yeah, I would say overall our business school is was well renowned, it's well known, and if you want to be a part of the business school, you just need to make sure you get that application in as soon as possible. The more that we get popular, the more that we're going to have less spaces, and we have also added new courses, so we are trying to cater to all of our students, and we do have a new MBA, a finance MBA, which we hope is obviously going to be just as popular as our international business and our marketing MBA. So yeah, if you are interested in doing finance as an MBA, we do have a course which is coming up specifically for that.
So do you think it's gonna come up this September intake or next intake?
From what I know, it's September. I'm going to check that now because I have it right in front of me. It is up on our website.
Because there is so many students, they are coming from finance background. So I prefer them to go for this course rather than general MBA, which is like more relevant for them, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, I would 100% say go for the finance MBA then, if you know that's what you want to do. Again, it will kind of give you a veer away from that huge pool of people that want to do the international business.
Exactly.
And it will be more geared towards what you want to do within finance. So yeah, it's a great choice, and it's a really good addition, I think, to our business school.
Yeah, and also not only that, like those computer engineering courses for bachelor, undergraduate courses, there is also having like 1 year work placement. So for undergraduate, not like that many universities they're offering this industrial practice where Greenwich providing it, and we had so many students. They've been in Greenwich in 2017 or 18 or 19. They are doing their industrial practice right now. And according to them, the feedback we're receiving, which is really impressive, and they said like this is the right choice they did, and this is how they're getting some practical experience. So students who are listening right now, planning to go for your undergraduate course, like go and visit university website, find out your right course. Any kinds of help or assistance would you need, please contact any of our counselor. All the phone numbers is provided below. They can guide you more depth about like which course you could consider and how this course will help you in your future according to your all this academic result and background. So our officer is available on WhatsApp as well, so you can drop your WhatsApp text and they can help you how to apply in Greenwich University. Moneta, I'm just moving to this particular question to another question. So many students who willingly to apply for Greenwich University, but they don't know, they may know like few points. This is why they want to apply in Greenwich University, such as like the course modules or university reputation. But could you please tell them like little bit more about like why a student should consider Greenwich University rather than any other university which is inside the London,
Yeah. Well, I mean, for one, I think it's the location of Greenwich is unlike any other of the London universities that you're going to find. So, for instance, our main campus is very much a campus feel. It's all in one location in Greenwich. There's gates either side of the campus that you literally walk through. Whereas a lot of the other London universities, their buildings are dotted around different parts of London, which is obviously great. But if you do want to feel like you're in a community and you're all in one space and you're on that on-campus feel, then Greenwich is a really, really great place for that. But you're also within touching distance of central London, so you're getting that real mix of the best of both worlds of what I say.
Exactly.
I've lived around Greenwich. I was born around Greenwich, so I know firsthand how amazing it is for transport and location, and having that ability to go between a bit more of quiet side of London, a bit more of like a towny feel, and then to be able to go to the big city whenever you want. And
Exactly.
easy. We are ranked the 7% globally in the top 100 most international universities. And what
Wow.
that means is that we have a huge international student body. So when you come to Greenwich, you're going to be meeting people from all over the world, from loads of different backgrounds. And that's so great as a student, and then as a graduate, because your networking begins at university. These people are going to be people that hopefully you're going to have connections with for the rest of your life, and that you're going to be working with. So being able to be in a classroom full of people from Europe or from China or from the Middle East, and being able to contact these people, you know, hopefully after you graduate, and who knows what kind of ideas and businesses and networking can be strung up from those relationships. So having an international university is something that Greenwich finds so important, and we maintain that, which is why we love our international students, and which is why we give so much of our attention and our time to them. We have over 300 program offerings at Greenwich, so the possibilities there are pretty endless in terms of undergraduate and postgraduate. And as I said, we continue to build on our courses and the courses that we offer. So we hope to continue to kind of reply to the demand of the students and what you guys are saying. So yeah, that's super important to us. We've also just most recently been ranked number 4 in the London universities for social mobility. So what that means is that our students have, when they leave university, they have a really, really good kind of step into the world of being social and networking and finding those opportunities, and kind of making that work for them, which is really something that we're so proud of, that we build students to have an all-rounded experience. Yes, it's about your education, and yes, it's about getting good grades, but it's also about building up well-rounded people who can go out into the workforce and make those relationships work. So yeah, those were some of the reasons that I would say. And then the last one I would say is our work placement opportunities. We have an incredible employability office, and we also offer our student ambassador scheme, which offers students the chance to work part-time for the university while they're studying. And then obviously we have networking opportunities and fairs and things that happen throughout the year. So there really is a lot of opportunities for you to make that work, and all the opportunities are there for you. You just have to take them. So those would be the main reasons, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. So those points should be noted for the student who really consider some other university comparing to Greenwich University. So rather than think other university, you can make those points and make a note, and just decide which university you should consider for your study. And there is some students they are asking like, what is the entry requirements for master's degree?
Yeah, so for the master's, I've just got it here next to me. So for the master's degree, the way that the UK measures your entry requirement is by course. Each course has their own sort of requirement out of 2. So when you get a degree in the UK, you can either get a 2-2 or a 2-1, which are the grades. So when you're looking at your master's, if you go on a web page, for instance, and I'll just use international business as an example. Business entry requirement is a 2-2 bachelor's degree. So for guys, for Bangladeshi students, that means 4 years of your bachelor's degree with a minimum CGPA of 2.5. Yeah, so that's for international business, for instance. And then you're looking at courses which are a little bit more kind of particular. They'll ask for a 2-1 at entry, which is a CGPA of 3.25. Those will all be listed on the website and on our Greenwich in Your Country page for Bangladesh. But yeah, so we usually ask for, at the lower end, is a 2.5 for some courses, and then for other courses it will be a 3.25.
It depends on the course to course. So it's those students who you having like particular course in your mind, you can just call one of our officer they can straightly guide you like what is your entry requirements and are you eligible or not. So please feel free to call in one of our number, and our officer will definitely gonna help you for this entry requirements. Apart from these academic entry requirements, could you kindly please describe for English requirements for those master's students, please?
Yep, sure. So for most of our master's courses, you're looking at an IELTS 6.5 overall.
Yep.
However, for some business courses and for engineering courses, they do allow a 6.0 IELTS with a 5.5 minimum in each skill. But what I would say is, again, contact your counsellor, contact EN Global, and they will be able to tell you exactly what your entry requirement will be. Obviously, as I said, it does change course by course, and each course asks for different English requirements. But by a standard, you're looking at either a 6 or a 6.5, and at some courses, very, very particular courses, ask for a 7. But yeah, you're looking at a 6.5 or a 6 overall.
Yeah. Exactly, because like some courses like MA in education or English literature, those courses always needed like higher mark of English standard. So there is so many other courses as well. So specific some courses, those are 7, no less than 6.5. So please don't be hesitate to contact any of our officers. They are highly qualified. Most of our officers, they completed their study from UK or USA. So feel free to call them, and they will counsel you, and they are happy to give you full details regarding the University of Greenwich. And apart from this, students is asking about the tuition fees, because like they're asking like, is it 2 years tuition fees and 1 year tuition fees is same? Because we having this question is always from the students.
So there is a slightly higher fee for the MBAs, just because even though you're doing a practice year, our teachers and our services will still be involved in making sure that you are progressing through that placement year correctly, and that you're getting everything that you need. So the postgraduate fees, I can give you what they kind of the range from £15,100 to 18,500 is the range. So again, it would be a case of, you know, reaching out to your counsellor and kind of getting that final number. And you'll also get that final number if you are successful in receiving an offer. You'll get the correct number on your offer letter. And undergraduate fees, you're looking at 15,100 per year. So yeah, those are the range.
The master's tuition fees is fluctuated between 15K to 18K. But you know, like the bachelor course, you said like all like in the same like 15K.
Yeah, but per year.
Okay.
So
per year, yeah. That makes sense per year. But you know, like some university eventually bachelor also fluctuated. So students who want to apply for undergraduate course, which is really good option for you, because like their tuition fees is remain same for any courses. So any student, because there is so many courses which is related with lab-based courses, so where student need to pay extra amount of money for their, you know, like those kinds of experiment and lab work. So any student applying Greenwich University, you don't need to pay those extra tuition fees for those courses. So still now, if you are confused about like master's course fluctuated tuition fees, feel free to keep in contact with one of our officers. They will help you out for exact tuition fees. And by the way, when you apply for your courses, we will send you your offer letter as early as possible. Then you can see your course name, your tuition fees, and its course start date, end date, everything on that offer letter as well. I believe which will be really helpful for all those students. Monacham, moving to these entry requirements, we you know, like some students, they are wondering about this accommodation facilities. And is it secure for all international students, the accommodation, or it is not available for all students?
So the accommodation is available. So basically, we guarantee accommodation for all first-year students. So if you apply for accommodation on one of our campuses as a first year, you're going to get accommodation. We have accommodation across all 3 of our campuses: Greenwich, Medway, and Avery Hill. And then at Greenwich, we also have accommodation at Devonport House, which is for 25 and over only. So if you're an older student and you want to study at Greenwich, but you want to live in a maybe one that is more geared to that age group, then you also have that option as well. So yeah, it's guaranteed accommodation for first year students. We have over 2,400 places in halls that are either near the campus or on the campus. For Greenwich, we don't have accommodation on the actual main campus. However, it is about a 5-minute walk for one or about an 8-minute walk for the other. So again, you're completely in the vicinity of the campus anyway. But for Avery Hill and Medway, you are on campus. And then you have an on-site gym, cafe, laundry services, social spaces, security.
All those facilities.
All the amenities that you want.
Yeah, which is really impressive, and which is really good for the students, because like as international students, when they're coming first time over there, or when they're going there, they don't know like where to go. And when university like a Greenwich having all the facilities in one place, which is really good sign for their parents as well, because they don't need to worry about their kids, like where they want to go and how they want to stay there. And another good side about the Greenwich University, the location. I'm just adding one more time, because from there any student can easily go to any kinds of restaurants where halal food also available. I know like country like Muslim country like Bangladesh, Pakistan, students are wondering about halal food, so all those restaurants is also available cornered there. We're just having another student's portion. He's holding an offer letter. Monet, you can have a look. He's asking for a scholarship, I think. Yeah, the bottom line of his how much is the scholarship?
Yeah, so for scholarships, we have the currently we have the International Scholarship Award available. This a very competitive award. It is the only scholarships that we have available for students. So what I would say is, once you have your offer, go onto our website, and we have the International Scholarships Award page, and it will allow you to apply. And to apply, you just need your offer, and you will also be asked a question to answer. So my first bit of advice would be take time in answering that question. Think about what you want to say. It's going to be geared around something to do with your studies and why you want to study here or your course. So please take time to answer that question and make sure that it shows your best side. In terms of money and how much, for undergraduate degrees, it's up to £3,000 for your first year of study. So it's not £3,000 for every student. So it ranges depending on how the scholarship team and the scholarship board decide to offer them out. And then again, for postgraduate, it's up to £1,500 available for your first year of study. So again, once you have your offer, you can apply online, and then there'll be a list of dates which will tell you exactly when you'll receive your kind of outcome of your application. But what I would say is it is extremely competitive. So please do keep that in mind, and kind of manage those expectations. But of course, apply, because it is a great scholarship to try and get, especially for that first year discount. So yeah, that's how that will work.
Okay. The reason like few students, okay, they're already holding offer letter for September. Basically, they applied for April May intake, but you know, like your April May intake just ran away within a week, I think. You know, well, it was like the fastest intake I ever seen. You know,
Wow.
like within a week, all the students are getting offer letter, and they just make a payment, and it's just all seats are finished. So you know, there is many students who had an offer letter for April intake, but they now want to now they need to do the defer for September due to there is no seats available. So there is already so many students who are holding offer letter for September intake. From your end, what would be advice for those students who is holding an offer letter to secure their seat?
If you're holding an offer letter for September, you must pay your deposit in order to defer. This is not only something that will help us to monitor our numbers and make sure that we obviously keep you guys informed, but also it will make sure that your place is secure. So in order to defer, you'll need to pay your deposit, which your counsellor will inform you on. If you're holding an offer letter, pay the deposit. We'll defer your offer to the next available intake, and that way you'll be seamless in terms of, you know, the process going forward, because the sooner that you pay your deposit and secure your place, so even now it's January and we're talking about September, if you do that now, you're not gonna get closer to September and start worrying about certain documents or deadlines, because everything will be done already. So what I would say is, in order to defer, pay your deposit.
Exactly. You know, like you said, the right thing to the students, because if they're waiting for like 1 or 2 months, I know the Greenwich University, how demanding it is. You know, like the courses like MBA, especially, or international business, or those sort of courses, according to my experience, it will be fully filled up by, I think, in the February or March, maybe. Because this is how it's going through. Because like as soon as we get having offer letter for a student, next day they're making a payment. So basically, they miss their April, May intake, so they don't want to miss the September intake.
No. So what I would say is, as soon as you get that offer letter, or that day, if you can pay the deposit, that would be my best advice.
Exactly, to secure their seat. But there is another student asking like how much I need to pay for securing his seat.
So the pre-registration deposit is £3,000. So you'll need to pay £3,000 in order to secure that deposit, that seat, sorry. And yeah, once you've paid that, that comes off of your total fees. So if you take your total fees, you'll pay the 3,000, and then you'll have the money left. And then you'll be asked to pay 50% of the remaining fees when you register. Once you've registered, you'll be asked to pay the remaining 50% of fees by the end of term 1. And that's how it.
Perfect. So there is another student, she's asking about like how many study gap university could consider, you know?
So obviously we do this on, like, when we assess applications, this is something that we have to be very careful of, and we take much kind of detail in making sure that we do the best that we can in this. But at the moment, for undergraduate degrees, it's 2 years study gap, and for postgraduate degrees, it's 4 years.
Yeah, I'm just receiving another text from one of our student. I'm just coming to this question, but this is study gap 2 years for, you mentioned, for HSC or A-levels students from Bangladesh, and another 4 years you said for masters. But for 4 years, I would request all the students after graduation, you need to demonstrate what you did these 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're working, you should work somewhere. Either it could be internship, it could be trainee placement, or any kinds of work placement where you get some experience and now you come back for your study. So there is nothing like you completed your study in 2018, after that you didn't do anything. It doesn't make any sense. So you should have some experience in order to prove yourself like you are eligible to do your master's course.
Yeah, I cannot stress that enough. With your with your SOP and statement of purpose, with your work references, if you are on the longer side of the study gap, please show us and demonstrate to us what you have been doing. And this is really just to make sure that you are as prepared for your UKVI and visa application as much as possible. So yeah, we need to see that you've been filling those years with some sort of work experience, or if you've done another course or something like that, that goes towards you studying a master's with us. And yeah, that's a fantastic point.
Exactly. And there is another student asking for credit transfer. Does Greenwich University accept any credit transfer for bachelor course?
Yeah, so in terms of transfers, we do on a case-by-case basis. This is not decided by our immediate admissions team. So sometimes if you're applying for a direct entry, which is what we call it, into either year 2 or year 3 of your undergraduate, it can take a little bit longer for that offer to come through if you are successful, because we have to go through our faculty and our program leader to make sure that what you have studied matches what we teach basically at the university. So we do offer that, but in terms to do that, you will need your detailed transcript to make sure that we can see what you've studied throughout those years, so that we can match it. And one thing I would say is, if you can even go onto the website and have a look at our courses, all of our modules are listed on that website. So you can even do that yourself to save you time. You can even have a look and see if your subjects match our subjects, and then that way you can kind of figure out if it's something that would be possible for you. But yeah, we do accept direct entry applications for sure.
Exactly, because there is so many students previously we also saying in 2017, 18, 19 for who transferring their credit. So I would request to students, like if you are confused about like which year you will get in now, or does your course will be approved from the University of Greenwich, don't need to be worried or panic for that. Please call any of our counselor. They will guide you how to make this application, and and how long it may takes to get your offer letter. They will assist you for this, and what documents do you need in order to make the application. And Moneta, I'm just wondering, like there is some students, they're asking about like what documents they need to make their application and how they can make their application.
Yeah, absolutely. So to make your application, your main documents that you're going to need are your transcripts and certificates from your academic history. So I would say if you have for instance, your certificate from your bachelor's, we'll need to see the transcript to match that as well. So please make sure that you upload that, or you offer that to your counsellor as well. We're going to need a SOP, a strong SOP, which shows us that why you want to study not only at Greenwich, but at your particular course. This is so important, especially as we go through CAS and visa processes. So make sure that is as well thought out and well written as possible. We're also going to need any work references or academic references from maybe your tutors or from a manager or a colleague, which will kind of show that you've been working, or that what kind of student you were like at school. And we're also going to need a CV. That is not 100% always the case, but I always like to say, please upload your CV. It just gives us a really good view of what you've done over the years and what you studied and things like that. And then obviously you need your English. You need your English qualification. Obviously, you can apply without your English qualification, and that can be done later. Offer. But again, I would probably stress that you try and have your English before you apply. Just because it makes the process a lot quicker for you. But again, if you don't have that and you want to apply and you want to pay your deposit, then apply. And if you're successful with a conditional offer, that's fine too. So I would say that those are the main things that we need.
Well, which is really good for the students, because they know how to apply now and which documents they need to apply. You know, like if you don't have any reference letter by this time due to this pandemic, because like some university and colleges are closed right now again. So don't be worried, you can just make your application without this reference letter, which is not gonna make any difficulties for you during this pandemic time. But you know, like in order to make your application, make sure you do have your passport, your academic certificate, transcripts, and your personal statement should demonstrate like why you applying for this university, and that will indicate like which course you want to apply and how you want to apply and why you want to choose this university, and what makes you to study in UK rather than any other country. This is another good thing. Students need to know how to write SOP. If you need any assistance for writing SOP, you can feel free to our office. Keep in touch with our SOP writing officer. He can assist you or guide you how to standardize your SOP. Eventually, he can give you some brief idea where you can get some experience hand, and he can give you some short of advice like how you can improve your SOP, and which in order to like consider your application to university, SOP is one of the vital parts. So before you make your application, please take an appointment with our SOP writing team, and they will guide you how to write your SOP. And students, they knows now everything about Greenwich University. You cover it up very wonderfully, and kindly please can you share them like how they can make their application from Bangladesh?
Of course. So you can just get in touch with EN Global, and they will put you in touch with your counsellor, who is well versed in applying for Greenwich, and they will take you through each steps. They'll go through your documents. They'll make sure that everything's in place for you to make that application. So don't hesitate to contact them with any questions. They've been our partner of Greenwich for years, and we really enjoy working with you. So please don't hesitate to apply through them, and they're amazing and they'll help you with any of your needs.
Thank you, Monet, for your advice for those students who are joining very late. We are nearly finished to our today's live session, and I'm just covering up and summary up today's live session. Today we talk about like University of Greenwich and its location and its all those facilities and ranking for all the international students, what facilities they're providing. So if you miss this live session, you can visit our YouTube channel or all our social media. You can see this this live session over there, recorded version. Still though, if you are confused about some entry requirements, we did discuss about scholarship opportunities and how to apply for a scholarship and how long it may take for your or getting offer letter. We particularly also speak about we share with some experience about our previous students, how they feel their work experience feedback, and how they're having how they enjoy the university life in Greenwich. So if you want to know more about Greenwich University, please feel free to keep in touch with our officers. We have office in Sylhet and Dhaka, so you can visit any of these two cities and get your appointment, or you can call any of our counselor. They are happy to help you for this in order to make your application in Greenwich University. Secondly, I would thank all those students who watching us, and you asking so many questions. But the thing is, like, this question we already went through, so we're not going to repeat those questions. But you can see those questions answer after this live session, this video. You can watch it again, and you can feel free to call any of our counselor. And there is another question all students are asking, like how long it may take for getting an offer letter. Monet, this question I think we missed it. So could you please address this question?
Sure. So in terms of the time frame, I'm very hesitant to give an exact time frame, purely because it depends on the time of year, it depends on the course itself that you're applying for and how popular it is. So what I would say is apply as early as you can, and we endeavour to assess applications as quickly as possible, and we do it kind of as soon as they come in. It goes into a list, and that list is done in chronological order. So the sooner that you get your application in, the quicker that we can assess it. But I'm hesitant to say an exact time frame on here because I don't want to disappoint anyone, and I don't want to give too many expectations. But we work super hard. Our admissions team work really hard. I myself come from the admissions team, so I know firsthand how hard we work in terms of making sure that we can assess your application as quickly as possible. But please do bear in mind that we have such a huge volume of applications coming in. So do allow us ample time to assess before chasing, which EN Global already know, and we have a great relationship with them. So yeah, we endeavour to do it as quickly as possible. But the key is get your application in as soon as possible, and the quicker it will be assessed.
Exactly, because basically it was used to be a normal 2 to 3 days university took to send an offer letter previously, but is the number and volume is too high, and this is why it takes quite a few days or maybe a couple of weeks. So it depends on how which time students applying for. And this is the main thing, so don't need to be worried about like how long it may take. If you are eligible for it, then only we are applying for university, so you will get your offer letter today or within a week or as early as possible. And comparing to coming back to another student, he just now joined and he's asking about master's entry requirements. Please feel we just cover it up, so kindly please visit our office or call one of our officer. He will guide you. But basically the general entry requirements for Greenwich master's course is 2.50 academically, but some courses is vary, so it's 3.25, and English requirements 6, no less than 5.5, and some courses 7, no less than 6.5. Still though is fluctuated between course to course, so please feel free to contact our officer. They can give you customized service, and they could guide you like which course you generally applying for. Moving forward to those entry requirements and all those facilities of university, I would suggest all those students, if you are holding an offer letter, I know so many of our students, they missed this April and May intake because of their deadline of the payment. Please make your payment as early as possible to university in order to secure your seat for September intake. And whoever already holding an offer letter for September, please you also secure your seat to pay at least £3,000 and get your cash shield, start your processing. And the good thing is university can issue a cash letter 6 months early, so they can issue a cash letter even though June, July, so you can make your application from your end. Sorry, my networks fluctuated, I think.
It's okay. It was fun.
I was just requesting you if you would like to share your any wish to all the students or any advice for the students, please.
Oh, for me, in terms of applying or Greenwich?
No, in terms of today's full live session, because we are nearly end of the live session now.
So any advice from me, I think I would just continue to stress to get that application in. I'd also say reach out to EN Global, because they're obviously experts in their field and they know what they're talking about, which is why we work with them. So yeah, if you have any questions, please field them to EN Global, and they'll be more than happy to help with that. Again, make the process easier for you, have your documents ready as best as possible, be able to make that payment, and hopefully we'll be able to see you on campus soon, and I can come and I can say hi to you guys. But yeah, so please just reach out to EN Global and they'll help you with anything that you need.
Thank you, Monet, for your valuable time and those information. I believe it will be really helpful and informative for all those students and parents. Still though, I'm just nearly end of our today's live session for this week. So I would request all those students who are missed this live session or who want to know some recent update for EN Global. We are hosting the biggest educational fair in Bangladesh in Sylhet in 6th of February and 19th of February in Dhaka, West End. So if you're wondering to apply or if you're interested to apply to UK University or Greenwich University, you can feel free to visit that event with your parents and your family. You can get more advice and more depth knowledge about any university you want to apply for, and there will be a Greenwich University stall, so you can make your application in a stand from there. So we wish you all the best and have a good evening. See you soon. Thank you, Monet.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.